we did pinwheels, and they're really simple. It's just sliced meat, deli meat, cheese, a little lettuce, and a tortilla rolled up in slices. The popcorn is, all it is a bag of microwave popcorn with honey and cinnamon over it. And then these, I probably need to open this one. The little yogurt parfaits. Sorry that the strawberries are so frozen. Yeah. And then a little granola. They're super good. So I got all dressed up for you guys in my fancy little apron. This was, the whole outfit together was under $10 over at Hobby Lobby with their 40% off coupon. So this was like $5, I think. Or maybe it was $7, I don't know. And then the little hat, paper hat, and the bow was a couple bucks. And how fun are the kids going to have when you come to Cub Scouts and you're dressed up like a chef? You know, they're going to think that that is the coolest thing ever. Costumes make and break your thing. Some costumes can be too over the top and they're just in the way. So make sure that you can move around and do the things that you need to with your cubs, even when you're dressed up. This is perfect. I love it. Not too over the top, I hope. The reason I picked teaching cubs or cooking in the kitchen is because not only is it fun because of the food, and who doesn't like food and cooking with the boys, but also it teaches important life skills to the boys. One of the first ones that I want to talk about is health and keeping a clean work station. So make sure that you're teaching the boys to wash their hands, to, if they need to sneeze or cough, that they don't do it on the food, that the work surface is clean before they start, and all the supplies that they use are clean, and that as they're cooking, they're cleaning, and at the end, that they make sure they clean up. And the more you can stress, we'll say stress, cleaning, the happy the parents are going to be, because then they'll go home and they'll learn, oh mom, I learned how to make this yummy snack, and hopefully they'll clean up after themselves. I don't know, I haven't taught my own kids that yet. So the next thing I wanted to talk about is food safety. So if you're going to be cooking with any kind of meat, making the pinwheel sandwiches, or you're touching the luncheon meats, that you're going to teach the boys that you're going to touch the lunch meats, then you need to wash your hands again before you touch any other food item. Or if you're touching chicken and raw chicken, you want to touch the chicken, but then wash your hands before. Also, make sure that if there's any dairy or any kind of things that will go bad, that you'll teach the boys not to leave them on the counter. Put them away and keep things safe. Another part of safety in the kitchen is making sure you're teaching the boys how to properly use things like knives and graters and stove safety, teaching to turn the handles away from the stove. All those important little things that sometimes you just do automatically and you don't think, oh, I need to teach the boys as I'm doing this. But there's, make sure you're doing that. The next fun thing about cooking with cubs is outdoor cooking. Have you guys gone cooking outside with your cubs before? Thanks. What did you guys cook?
We just did, we went in someone's pit and we just did
The hot dogs?
Yeah, and then s'mores.
Fun. I love hot dogs. Aren't they the best?
Yeah.
And who doesn't love s'mores?
And the kids think it's awesome.
Yeah.
Outdoors.
Nice.
So.
Make sure that when you do a fire pit, that you do a safety ring around the fire pit. One thing I really love with a safety ring, of making it actually visible by putting a rope about a foot away from the fire pit, is the boys can connect, oh, this is where I can't go past without an adult with me. So if they need to cook their hot dog or cook their s'mores, that they need to have an adult with them. Not maybe so each boy, but at least one adult at the fire pit cooking with them. And I love the rope, so it makes a real nice visual line, and it's so super easy to bring with you to any kind of camping trip. But say you don't have a fire pit in your backyard, you can still do outdoor cooking with a barbecue grill and the boys. Just get them a stick and they can hold it over the barbecue grill and grill up their hot dogs if you want to still do over the over a fire sort of thing. But outdoor cooking doesn't have to be over a fire, so there's a lot of fun different snacks and things you can make with the boys that don't include fire. But before we move on to that, and who else has made anything else with boys over camping or over like a campfire sort of a situation that they want to share? There's some fun recipes out there. Anybody?
We did pizza on the grill.
Pizza on the grill. How do you make pizza on the grill?
You make like a flat bread, and it is kind of time consuming. We actually didn't do it with cups, but you can do it with cups. You can just do like by the pita breads, and then you put it on there, and it's a really fast process. And then you shut the lid, and then the cheese melts. But you can do it with cups. You can do it with teenagers. But I make my own flatbread, but you can buy the flatbread. Anyways, but it's a outdoor.
And what Boy Scout doesn't love pizza, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And it's a fun, and it also teaches nutrition. So.
Yeah, and they get to like be creative and put the pepperonis on how they want or whatever else they want on it. Thank you. That's really fun.
We had done baked apples before.
Baked apples.
Slice it in half, core out the inside, and then fill it with cinnamon and brown sugar, and then wrap it in foil and throw it in the fire.
That sounds great. Kind of like a little personal apple pie.
Pretty much.
Nice. Any other ideas? Oh, I thought you had your hand going
No.
up. Sorry. Last class they mentioned making banana boats on the fire, where you take a banana and slice it open and keep it in the peel and put marshmallows and chocolate chips and chocolate syrup and wrap it up in tin foil and put it in the coals. And that sounded wonderful. I want to try that. They also talked about making campfire dinners. I talked about making campfire dinners and rolling it up and putting it in the coals. And I wanted to mention with that if you're going to do that with cubs, instead of doing raw and pre-cook the chicken, put your vegetables and stuff. So it's more warm thing in the slice them up. They do peanut butter between them, and then sandwiches. Cheese. Cream cheese works perfect too, and it's yummy. Also, a log with the cheese in the middle instead of peanut butter, and put little raisins on the top. And if they don't like raisins, you can put M&Ms on the top or chocolate chips on the top. Anything would be great. And they're at least getting some kind of vegetable and fruit in those little snacks. The other thing that I've made before, which is really good, is banana rolls. And you take a tortilla, put some peanut butter on it, and squirt out a little chocolate syrup. Put a whole banana in the middle and roll it up in the tortilla and slice it up. And it makes like those pinwheels, but with a banana and chocolate syrup. And if you don't want to do a banana because you think it's gross to do banana and peanut butter, you can just do chocolate and peanut butter and roll it up and make Reese's rolls, which are good too. Another important thing to teach cubs about is food choices and talking about the food pyramid. So some of the ways we teach the food pyramid with my boys is I'll get a bunch of these little ads from Smith's, and I'll separate my boys into two groups, and I'll hand them some ads and scissors and glue, and I'll draw a food pyramid on a big poster board, and I'll say you have 5 minutes, go through and cut out as many different foods to put on your food pyramid as you can. And they'll have a race between the two groups, and they think that's awesome. And then at the end you'll come back and you'll say, oh, Johnny, I love that you picked this roasted chicken. That looks like that's going to be so yummy and very healthy for you. And, oh, you guys found some chicken nuggets? That's right, that's a protein. I wonder which one's healthier. What do you guys think? Is it the roasted chicken or the bag of chicken nuggets? What do you guys think? And so let them make those connections to what's healthier for them or not. Oh, look, Mike, you picked some yummy fruit. That fresh fruit looks so good. And oh, we got some juice up here. Which do you think's the better fruit choice, you guys? And oh, you know, you're right. The fresh fruits are great. Or have them make those connections in their head, and then they'll make the connections when they get at home themselves. Also, when we do our food.
So this one is for the whole den. They wouldn't take that home together.
No, this is for the whole den. But it also, if you're a wolf, it also fulfills the requirement of making a poster and displaying it in pack meeting. If you want to display that and share what the wolves learned that month, or that last week. Another thing that we do to help teach the food pyramid is we will make a good old-fashioned Coke versus Pepsi sort of taste test. And in this bowl have 2 different kinds of cookies. In this plate have a couple different kinds of bread, and over here have a couple different kinds of cereal, you know, something that they can compare to. And cover up the products and let them come through and get samples of each of them, and then have them sit down and then have them vote. Okay, who votes for this cookie? And see who raises their hand. Who votes for this one? And most likely they're going to vote for the Oreo over the, you know, the super healthy oatmeal cookie. But then you take the cover away and you'll say, oh, you guys voted for this one. And then you'll talk about the ingredients on the back. Wow, this one has this many calories and this many grams of fat. And whoa, look at the ingredients that are here. I can't even pronounce half of them. And then this one has, oh, only this many calories. Oh, this only has this much fat? Wow, and there's only like 4 ingredients that I know. This one seems really good. Which do you guys think is actually a better cookie for you? Which one do you really want to eat? Which one do you think will help your body? And so they'll want to make the choice that that is a better cookie and that they like it. And do the same thing with the bread. And you know, the white bread really, you guys voted white bread, but let's read what's in the white bread. You know, same thing with the cereal. The last group mentioned that they did a beanbag toss where they had buckets that they labeled different food groups. And on each beanbag they had a different food, and they let the boys toss it into whatever bucket they thought it went to. Does anybody else have any fun ideas that they teach their boys?
How did they do that? They taped them on or something?
Uh-huh.
So they just used normal bean bags and they just taped on, okay.
Mm-hmm. You guys are all taking notes so diligently. Any other ideas of teaching boys food pyramids or healthy eating choices that you've done before? You guys are so quiet. A fun field trip that I thought would be, I haven't taken my boys on it, but I thought it'd be really fun to take the boys out to a farm. We've gone to the Wheeler farm before, but they don't have a lot of like real farm kind of growing fruits and vegetables. They have a little garden, but show them like this is where your food comes from. This is the machines that, you know, a lot of the boys nowadays, they don't know how food actually gets from point A to B. You know, they just figure mom goes to the store and there's the meat and there's the vegetables.
My son was so disturbed to find out that chicken nuggets were actually chickens
Chickens?
at one point in time.
You know, it's true. I remember the day my daughter figured out the whole cow and
Penny,
it's a
chicken
hamburger
nuggets.
thing. So it's an important part of life to figure out. Gosh, this food doesn't just, you know, suddenly appear in the stores. And it's also a fun time that you can teach boys the cost of food too by taking them maybe to a grocery store. Well, we learned how we got the food from the farm. Maybe next month we're going to go to the grocery store and we're going to figure out how much it would be to make a meal and make food choices. Take them with you when you're going to make your pinwheel sandwiches, and let's pick out what's a healthier choice and on different snacks and things. Does anybody else have any ideas of ways they've taught kids different foods or recipes that they love teaching their boys? Don't make me talk the whole time.
Well, and this is I have older children that are Boy Scouts, and my sister was their Mayor Badge counselor for cooking, and she had pictures of, now she has more things because she's a dietitian, but she had these pictures of foods or different types of foods, and then she had them. They now do the choose my plate.
Oh yeah.
We don't really
Do
do
the
the food
food
pyramid anymore.
But the book says you have to use the food pyramid
Yeah.
until they change it.
So, but since the Boy
Right.
Scouts just changed last year, I'm sure they'll end up changing the Cubs this time.
This year, yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, so then they have to, I think one of the requirements is for the Boy Scouts, and I'm pretty sure that with our wolf, they had to come up with a meal using the different
Food group.
food groups or whatever. And so she just had them take the pictures and, okay, put together a meal because she had a picture of a food plate that she had printed off. And it automatically tells you how much portions of everything. So they could just take pieces of things and put it on their plate, just as if they were picking up food on their plate. And so I think that would be, it's more
And it's nice
interactive
visual.
than standing there and just say, okay,
Yeah.
we're gonna, I thought it was fabulous because what I thought was gonna take forever for them to come up with menu ideas, they did in a few minutes. And so I think, like I was with the boys, it's easier for them to go, oh, we'll just put this here and this here. We're good.
What I love about the my plate idea too is it helps teach them portion size. You know, I don't need to have the steak fill the whole plate. You know, I just want this
Don't
much
need
of
this
it
many
for
mashed
protein and this much of it for grains, and oh, I need to fill some fruits and vegetables in there too. So
Yeah.
I like that, the my plate idea. I've seen that used before, and it does. It's really nice. So thank you. Any other ideas? Any fun recipes you guys have done with your boys?
We just end up doing trail mix every year because it's a requirement.
Nice. And you have to go hiking,
And we have to go on a
right?
hike anyway.
Are you
We have
a
to. I'm a bear.
bear? Oh, okay.
Yeah, we have to make trail mix and we have to go on a hike. So we make trail mix and then the next week we go on a hike and we take our trail mix.
Nice. So, and you got to be like, oh, no, not the whole thing M&Ms. You know,
Yeah, yes, the whole thing can't be M&Ms and you can't have all almonds. And no, you can't just have corn checks.
Yeah.
It does not work that way.
Nice. Trail mixes are fun. There's so many different kinds of trail mixes and ways you can
Yeah.
put them together, and I
And
love
there's so
that.
many different things that you can choose to put in and we bring like 15 different ingredients.
So you let each boy make their own?
We let each boy make their own. And then
That's fabulous.
we had several different kids that had allergies.
That's what I was.
Yeah.
I was just thinking.
I like
I'm
that.
like, oh, you have to worry about the gluten one, and you have to worry about this one.
We had
that
the gluten
one.
one and the nut one and then, yeah. And so they were able to
Okay.
pick and choose.
That's
and-
cool.
And it's almost no cleanup for you. I mean,
Oh yeah, it's absolutely
It's
no
so
cleanup and it
easy.
just goes right back into my pantry.
yeah. Any other fun food things you guys have made with your boys?
I like the painted French toast that you mentioned.
Oh, I
before.
was going to talk about painted French toast. This is my favorite way to make French toast. So you got to get the Grandma Sycamore's bread, the really nice thick one, because if you don't, it'll be a big muddy mess on your table. So then in some plastic cups, get about 6 or 7 of them and put an egg in each of them, and then about 2 tablespoons of milk in each of them, and mix it up so well that you can't see the separation between the milk and the egg. And then squeeze in food coloring to each of the cups and mix it up, and then get some clean paint brushes and let the boys paint on their on the bread. And then once they got the design all cute and painted, you might have to take a little bit more egg at the grill and just fill in some of the spaces. But it'll be the best French toast they've ever eaten in their whole lives. They'll just absolutely love it. And it's really messy, so make sure you put a plastic tablecloth on your table.
I'm just
So one
picturing,
egg, like in a cup?
One egg in each of the cups.
And 2 tablespoons of milk?
Yep.
I'm just picturing the fights over I need red.
The colors that don't quite work out so well are purple, and the blue ends up being more green. The red is always kind of orange because you got that yellow in the egg. If you want to separate the yolks out, it makes it more true colors, but it's more work for you. But a way that you can separate that won't drive you
the
crazy.
yolk works better or the white?
The white works better for colors. I don't think it tastes as well, but it's healthier. And then you put in a plate your egg, crack it in a plate, take a water bottle, an empty water bottle, hold it right over the yolks, and then open the water bottle and it'll suck the yolk right up into the water bottle. And then you can squeeze it off. And easiest way to separate whites from your yolks. And then if you want to do that. Super delicious. Fun way to make pancakes is to take metal cookie cutters and put them on your grill or your pan and pour the batter into the cookie cutter. It has to be a metal one, and it makes the shape. Make sure you spray the cookie cutter and the pan before you pour the pancake into it. But lots of fun. So thanks you guys for coming out. If you have any more questions, I'll just be right here. Did you make sure you get pictures of the recipes on the back? I didn't make copies, but there's some fun recipes back there on that blackboard. So take your phones out and get some good pictures. And thanks for coming tonight. Have a good one.